Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening whenever and wherever you are. And welcome back to the beta plan, playing once again CK2, but this time for a mini campaign, because I expect to fail. Wow, that is a statement at the start of a new series, isn't it? So what am I planning to do? Well, let me explain. Paradox Interactive has several of these games, these historical strategic reenactors, or better to put it with a better words that roll easier off the tongue, grand strategy games. And CK2 goes over into EU4. And the great powers that be within EU4 are, for instance, France, also sometimes known as the BBB, the Big Blue Blob, though as of the last patch that is not as common anymore as it was. But another big power is the Ottomans. And yes, indeed, you could try to replicate the Ottomans' expansion from 1337 to 1452 when this game ends, and try and conquer all of Anatolia and parts here of the western side in Greece and lands in what here is Serbia and Bulgaria. But if you start in this starting date, well, and that is the 100 Years War where I'm at now, you get a nice starting army of 15,000 event troops, more or less, depending a little bit on the stats of your character. That is not very beta plan like. No, we're going to do something very special. Because whoever messes with this date? Did you know you could actually change the date by clicking here? This is for 100 years, 10 years, and 1 year. And if we go down here, we see all of a sudden that the Ilkhanate here is pushed back out of Anatolia, but here it is still present. Oh. Well, that is a little bit more difficult. Yes, indeed, it is. But that's not difficult enough. And not beta plan enough. So what happens if we roll back another 10 years? Oh, not too big a problem. I mean, and let me focus also on this area. In fact, the Byzantine Empire loses a little bit of terrain, and here nothing relevant changes. So that doesn't do much. Oh, well. Then perhaps somewhere in between. No. Wait. We can turn back time a little bit more. Oh. Whoa! Yes, indeed. We're now a free province minor. But there are also a lot of other province minors around us with 3 provinces or 2 or so. No. Not good. Time to hit the clock even back a little bit more. Oh. But now there is no Ottoman Empire. Correct, there's no Ottomans. Rum still exists. But if we add 2 years, voila, Rum, ladies and gentlemen. The start of the Ottoman Empire starts here in Ankara. Ankara. Yes, indeed. Sorry for that pronunciation. In Ankara. And we are going to play as the one province minor, Ottomans. Are you ready to see me play an Iron Man and probably losing as the Ottomans? Well, I hope you are, because we are going to do that. We are the Ottoman Turks. Come on, thank you. Ottoman Turks. One province. Mini campaign. Why do I name my titles always so long? I do not know. But it makes it so obvious what's going around. Now, I love playing in this type of weird starting date, because all of a sudden, who has ever played in this starting date? And all kinds of interesting things are in this starting date that Paradox has done excellently. Really, there is nothing you can say about it other than that. For instance, the Golden Horde, as is historically correct, is all the way up in here. In fact, Bulgaria is ruled by a member of the same dynasty. I don't know how to pronounce this. Borilgan. is also the Golden Horde, is also the Ilkhanate. These guys are Sunni, these guys are still Tengri. But the Golden Horde was very lenient to the belief of their vassals. And the Rurikids, the dynasty on which the backbone of Russia would later be built, and that had combined it before, are still all Orthodox. All the Rurikids that are here. And they don't like their liege much for that, which is interesting because they can get massive revolt. In fact, I had tried to record this episode and then I noticed that I had not my mic on and they got a major revolt, but oh well. And this man of the Dulo dynasty, interesting dynasty, because you can find this dynasty back all the way back to the Charlemagne time. Who is there? The Kingdom of Hungary. Because Arpad, yes, Arpad is actually, if we go all the way back to the start of the Arpad, comes from the Dulo dynasty. And the Dulo dynasty goes even back beyond the Charlemagne start. 665. Wow, what a dynasty. But also this man, he is Sumanesco. That brings a lot of problems with it for the Golden Horde, but this is what they did. It's so interesting. Moreover, Naples now has land here. The Byzantine Empire is still strong, as is Rome, and I cannot just simply invade. We are one province, Ottomans, and we are going to try and see if we can recreate the history that the Ottomans did. To grow big, large, and strong. We are cynical, we are charitable, we are envious, and we are a piggy. This is really bad, and mainly cynical, because as a Muslim, our people gain bonus, you can't see that yet, opinion of us, not only based on prestige, but also based on piety. And in fact, there are causes belli that say that we want to invade. We can't do that right now. And that costs 500 piety. And then we can take over a heck of a lot of area. All that is within a de jure kingdom. Oof. We need piety. We need to change this. So, we need a daughter. Moreover, we have way too little wives. What? Yeah. As a Sunni, you lose prestige based on your rank about how many wives you have. A king or an emperor needs 4 wives. A duke needs at least 3 and a count needs at least 2, I think. Oh, and I like this girl. Of the Ilkhanate. I would love to get you as an ally and beat up on the Byzantine Empire, perhaps Armenia, perhaps on Rome. We need allies. This is a fact. You are lustful. I'll take you. And perhaps we can get a great son. Currently our heir is this. He's a diplomat. Who is shy. And content and trusting. And oh, he's not good. And the other son is good. Gregarious, zealous, ambitious. Okay, he's a little bit greedy, but that's fine. I want him to become the heir. Holy. Beep. Alright then. That's the man I want. We need to get him landed. And downright quick. There are really not many women to choose from to marry, and we do need one more. You know what? We also marry this girl. I have no idea, but you are a landed character, or at least from a landed family. We also have a spy master probably in a family member. Yes, we do. So we need troops. And we need to placate Rum so that they don't attack us. I assume that if Byzantine attack us, Rum will come to our aid. So I find that less important. My spy master doesn't even like me. That is so not good. We'll perform charity. Hopefully we do not lose a lot of money by doing so. But that gains us piety, and we need piety for the reasons I said before. In fact, I have 1,855 men. Oh, that is so... When I started before, I had 2,000. Yep. Tough luck of a draw. Oh, and he went up from 8,000 to 14,000. That is painful. The start is a lot more problematic. But as said from the beginning, I expect we will lose. But this is going to be fun. At least I hope so. And I hope you find that as well. That you find it is very interesting, because tell me, find me anyone on the YouTube that started as the one province Ottoman miner in the year 1 January in the in the year 2099. Oh my god! Take your time to speak, beat up land. Come on. That started on the date of the 1st of January in 12,099. Yay! Round of applause! I know how to pronounce the date. So, without any further ado, we need to go on... No, not the Holy Man. We want to go to Mecca so that we can get some more piety. Because we need it for set reasons before. Let's get it done. While preparing for my pilgrimage to Mecca, my son comes to me and asks if he can join me. Of course you can join, my son. Are you both on me? Yes, you're going with me. And that is the son I want as heir. This is just a sign. We need this guy, Prince Orhan. I do not know if that is historically correct though. I wonder if Prince Orhan came to the throne. I should have looked that up. I think so, because I don't think it's Aladdin. Oh well. I am now fully prepared for my travel to Mecca. There will be a regent ruling Ottoman Sultanate while I'm away. Onwards to Mecca. And my other son becomes my regent. Traveling by sea causes you to feel seasick. Luckily there is a Hafiz on the ship who quotes the Holy Quran. And there shall be to drink therein a cup, that mixture of which shall be ginger. I feel good. And I gain 5 piety. Oh, and a jihad for Sicily is declared. On Aragon. Nice! The great Sunni Caliph Al-Hakim has decided to call a jihad against the Kafirs in the Kingdom of Sicily. He urges all righteous Sunni Muslims to take up arms against the brave King Charles II of Naples for the glory of Islam. Allah is merciful. Wait, what? We're going to attack Naples. Right, this is not for the island of Sicily, this is for the Kingdom of Sicily. And we're attacking Naples. That is really good for me because they have lands here in Greece. And if we want that land that they have in Greece, or to take that back for ourselves later, because it is what the Ottomans have at the start of CK... not CK2, of EU4. I wonder, because I stopped in my tracks because I think part of this goes back to the Byzantine Empire later on. And therefore, I think that this province, Corinthos, is not part of the Ottomans at the start, but I'm not entirely sure. Anyways, Allahu Akbar. I wish I could help, but I'm landlocked. Yes, I could walk over here to Naples. Actually, that might be worth it. Because if we go there and just get the modifier for my son and for myself. Yes, we're going to do that once we return. We're going to even join a little bit in this jihad. As you stop for camp one evening, you notice an old man in poor clothing has made a camp at the same place. The man offers to tell you a hadith. He has, if you can spare him some bread. Always listen to the old man. You can gain several bonuses from him. Always do this. The old man quotes the messenger of Allah. May Allah bless him and grant him peace from Sunnah Abu Dawud. The most evil traits in a man are severe stinginess and an uninhibited cowardice. Alhamdulillah! And I know I pronounce this more or less correct because I once had a colleague from Iran, somewhere in this region, and he told me how to pronounce that. Well, Marshal, it's good, we need more troops. As you arrive in Mecca, you start preparing for the evening prayer when you discover that the water in the well is not entirely pure. This would not be valid water to use for ablution. Ablution? Inform others nearby, gain piety, very good. By the way, this little number that you see here is unique to the Muslims. It's called a decadence. Decadence is a very interesting system, let's put it that way. As your decadence lowers to 0, you gain massive bonuses to your income and the moral of your armies. And as it gets higher, you actually lose income and moral of armies. 25 being the base where it's a 0-0. Because that happens, you really want to lower this, but as your sons have no land, or your siblings, and also no rule on your, for that matter, thank you, bye, role on your council, they may grow decadent, and then you are in trouble. And at first you can give lands to your family if you're strong enough, but at a certain point that becomes almost impossible to control. Now you can tell them to shape up and then they will stop being decadent, but that doesn't always work. Certainly if, like me, you only have 8 diplomacy. It is a system where at a certain point you are required to imprison your son or your uncle or whatever, and that gets a little silly. And otherwise, if you don't do it and you let them reach to 100 decadence, you're gonna get a decadence result, and you're very, well, you're crippling yourself, let's put it that way. You are now at Kaaba itself and performing the Tawaf. 7 circuits you will walk around the black stone. Each time you complete a circuit, you point to the stone and say, in the name of Allah, Allah is great, Allah is great, Allah is great, and praise be to Allah. I also think this is a stone that Muslims throw rocks at in order to symbolize that they're throwing rocks at the devil. I can shout at every circuit and gain 25 piety, or I can do humble and also gain piety, but I'd rather have... Well, I want to have humble actually, because I said I want piety and I'm already cynical, so... In the 9th day in Mecca you perform the wukaf at Mount Arafat, with the entire afternoon dedicated to contemplative vigil, praying and reciting the Holy Quran. I feel like I understand more now. Gain 50 piety. And excellent, excellent. And now, oh, now I can show you guys. And girls. Voila. Because of my piety, I gain a +4 bonus. Because actually, the bonus of piety to the opinion of a person goes up by 25 points per point of increased relation. Instead of 100 points for prestige to gain 1 point. So it's so much easier as a Muslim to get people friendly regarding this. So that's really good. While journeying home, you are caught in the open desert by a terrible sandstorm. You are forced to seek shelter behind a small rock outcropping to shield yourself from the wind. Taking comfort in your fate, and after visiting Mecca, you spend the night in prayer. As dawn arrives, you feel almost invigorated. I will remember this night and I gain more piety. Excellent. Now, as I have surpassed 125 points of piety, voila, I gained 1 more point. Entirely at the bottom row, by the way. Pointing with my finger to the screen. Yeah, they see that beta plan. Very smart. You see that there stands +5, so I can gain more. What did I say before that? Oh yeah, there is one way you can also get massive penalties as a Sunni. You have two, well, not as a Sunni, as a Muslim. You have 2 schools of thought within the Muslim group. And they oppose one another quite strongly. Hold on, what is happening here? Are you attacking by... Yes, you are defending against the Byzantine Empire. I am going to help you, but after you wage a lot of battle, and then by simply attacking myself. I have returned to my court a changed man. I'm truly humbled before Allah, and I know that all men are equal and can live in harmony with each other. There is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. Voila. Sometimes I don't get all the arguments between the faiths. Now, I myself am a Christian, but I was raised in what they say a ecumenic environment. I went to a church where Catholic and Protestant were all welcomed, and at a certain point even some Sunni people, I think they were Sunni, arrived to just simply look at it. They were... Oh dear, I already became stressed. They were interested in how the Catholics were, and they were invited in because, as a ecumenic, I believe that you should respect differences in belief, because if you would have fact that God would exist, for instance, and now I'm even talking about, indeed, about people that don't even believe that God exists, which is fine, because I should respect your opinion. And it would not be faith if I could say, well, God exists because of these scientific facts. Then it would not be faith, then it would be knowledge. Faith is something you feel in your heart. I feel God is out there. I call him God. If you call him Allah, or if you call him a greater power, fine by me. If you don't believe in God, then it's not my place to tell you that you are wrong. Who am I to tell you that? So, please, choose whatever you believe. And simply, however, be true to, well, for lack of a better term for the moment, Christian values. And I'm certain the Muslims do this as well. Though I do know of revenge murder in a way when a family is dishonored, which I totally do not agree with. But what I meant to say, before I get off track, respect thy neighbor, respect thy friend, help your friends whenever you can. That is what you should do. Right, and I'm going way too old grandpa beta plan, telling you the wise lessons that you should learn while you grow up. I think that is a sign that the heat has once again struck me way too hard and that I need to take a little breather. Please let me know in the comments if you like this idea, however. The one province Ottomans, and once again, this is just a mini campaign. I assume I will fail, and perhaps we will try again later, but I assume I will fail, and there's only a filler for when the third series, and I want to do 3 series a day. I have decided I can do that. I have enough time of it and enough energy. 3 series a day, but I'm waiting on a certain game that fits the beta plan perfectly, and I'm waiting on it to arrive, and which one that is, I won't tell you. And no, I'm not talking about Fallout 4. It's going to come out sooner, they say. Oh, and I cannot wait. As you are thinking over that, and as you are writing your comment if you like this series, I thank you for watching. This was the beta plan.